Ladies and gentlemen, everyone, please welcome the graduating class of 2021-2022.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem.
Bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Please be seated. As Grand Marshal of the 153rd Commencement of Illinois Institute of Technology, I am pleased to welcome you and to present Provost Peter Kilpatrick.
Good morning, Illinois Institute of Technology. This is our first graduation in 3 years, so I think we all deserve another big round of applause. A warm greeting to our graduates, to our family members, to friends, to faculty, to staff, and to esteemed guests. It is my great honor and pleasure and privilege to welcome you all to the 153rd Commencement of Illinois Institute of Technology. I also want to extend a welcome to all those who are watching this ceremony streamed live around the world today. Could I ask all of our students to stand up and wave to the cameras at the front of the stage? Please. Thank you. I would also like to acknowledge the veterans of our country's armed forces who are in the audience, especially those who are among our graduates. Would the veterans who are with us today please stand up? Thank you for your dedication, your courage, and your service to our nation. I would also like to extend special congratulations to the 10 Illinois Tech staff members who are receiving degrees today. Would the staff members who are receiving a degree today please stand up? Thank you. It's important to remember those in our community who we lost during the past academic year. As students, faculty, staff, alumni, trustees, and friends of Illinois Tech, each of these individuals brought distinction to our university, and we will always remain grateful for their contributions. So please take a moment of silence as I read these names. Our student, Ashraf ul Hakim. Our faculty member, Steve Harris. Our staff member, Ellen Spiewak. Our alumni, Virgil Abloh, Gerald Matman Sr., who was also a former faculty member and department chair. Our beloved trustees, Jim Hill Jr., James Riley, and Laho Schmidt, who was also an alumnus. And finally, the close friend of Illinois Tech, Gwen Knapp. Thank you. Faculty leadership is very important, and so I would also like to recognize two of our university leaders who are giving up their leadership positions this year. John Bilson, who is retiring as Dean of the Stewart School of Business, and Christine Himes, who is stepping down as Dean of our Lewis College of Science and Letters, and who will be joining our faculty. Please give them a round of applause. Our outstanding faculty here at Illinois Tech are truly the heart of our university, and we owe them a tremendous amount. Would all of our faculty members who are present here today please stand so that we can thank you for your service and your contributions to our university. Thank you. Next, I would like to thank the staff of our university. Our staff worked very hard to provide our students with a safe and welcoming environment where they can thrive. Thank you for all that you do for our community, and a special thanks to all the staff who worked so hard to make today's commencement special for our graduates. Could all of our staff members please rise so that we may give you a round of applause? As we recognize both our faculty and staff, we should also give a round of applause to our faculty and staff who are retiring this year. We thank them for their commitment as scholars and as mentors, and in some cases for several generations. Many thanks to our faculty and staff who are retiring this year. Our alumni are a shining example of the legacy of excellence here at Illinois Tech, and they not only inspire our students, but they also contribute greatly to their success every day. Would all of our alumni who are here today please stand so that we can recognize you? I would also like to thank our Board of Trustees for supporting our commencement and for their commitment to our university throughout the year. Would all the members of the Boards of Trustees please stand as I read your names? First of all, Chairman of the Board of Trustees and alumnus, Mike Galvin. University Regent, Craig Duchessois. Trustee alumnus, Bob Hole. Life Trustee, Karina Koskanalista. Life Trustee and alumnus, Joel Kraus. Vice Chair, Tom Langto. Life Trustee, alumna, and Chair of Illinois Tech's Alumni Board, Sherry Littlejohn, who is also our alumni speaker. Trustee Jenny Neiman. Trustee alumnus Michael Palumbo. And Trustee alumna Myri Pritzker. And perhaps most important of all, I would like us all to recognize the people who have supported our graduates throughout their entire lives. Would the parents, grandparents, spouses, partners, significant others, children, relatives, and friends of our new graduates stand so that we may thank you. Thank you. Dear graduates, I want to begin my remarks by saying thank you. I joined the Illinois Tech community at the same time that many of you did 4 years ago. And during these last 4 years, the determination, the commitment, and the agility that each of you has shown have made for some of the proudest and most endearing moments of my entire academic career. Every one of you has lived up to the reputation I have come to know of our Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawk students. A commitment to excellence, and an ability to overcome any challenge put in your way. You have remained resilient despite a once-in-a-century global pandemic and unsettling social realities. This resiliency is just one of the qualities that makes our graduates so successful, and you will take this quality and skill with you throughout your entire lives. Our graduates are also known for their hands-on, real-world experiences, practical know-how that has given you all the distinct ability to hit the ground running upon graduation and to lead effectively. For many of you, having access to these experiences is one of the primary reasons you chose to study here. Now, I suspect that when you joined Illinois Tech, navigating a pandemic was not on your list of real-world experiences to tackle. But you did it anyway, and you are stronger, better, and more talented for it. How will you manifest this strength? You will apply it as a learned experience, just as you have the specialized professional experiences that you have gained during your time here at Illinois Tech. And you'll join together those diverse range of skills you have acquired, and you'll use them to solve vexing real-world challenges in the decades ahead. Indeed, Illinois Tech alumni are famous for inventing some of the most remarkable innovations of the last 2 centuries. Your ability to innovate, invent, solve, and create will make you among the most highly sought-after and admired leaders of the 21st century. Now more than ever, the world needs you. Committed, workforce-ready thinkers with the creativity and skills to simply get things done. I know that you are up to that challenge. And I know that you will harness what you have learned here at Illinois Tech and translate it into societal benefit for a world that is hungry for that. And so I'd like to end my brief remarks also by saying thank you. Thank you not only for everything that you have done during your time at Illinois Tech, inspiring your fellow students, giving back to our community, persevering gracefully, and inspiring me personally. But I also want to thank you for all the wonderful contributions that I'm confident you'll make in the future. And thank you for inspiring me to do better. Thank you. I now call upon Mike Galvin, Chairman of the Illinois Tech Board of Trustees and one of our treasured alumnus, who would like to say a few words to our graduates. Mike?
Thank you, Peter, for all you've done for us. I mean, how great is this to finally be back together again? Let's hear it for us. God, I've missed this event because this is what gives the Board of Trustees the inspiration to come and do our part for all of you. On behalf of the Illinois Tech Board of Trustees, I know I speak for everyone when I say I'd like to offer a word of congratulations to this graduating class. Today not only represents the beginning of the next phase of your growth and development, but it also reflects the pinnacle of all that you have accomplished here at Illinois Tech. Obviously, the global pandemic, it undoubtedly created unique challenges for all of us during your collegiate journey that tested your resilience and strength over the past 2 years. The class of 2022 and our recent alumni who have returned to campus to celebrate with us today persevered. You should all be extremely proud of this achievement. Resiliency, an important part that will take you forward in your lives. While Illinois Tech students may come from all walks of life, we leave this university with the same underlying spirit of continuing intellectual curiosity that has unified and guided our graduates for more than a century. As a proud alum of the Chicago-Kent College of Law, I myself have come to gain an appreciation of this spirit instilled in me during my time here too. In my role as chair of Illinois Tech's Board of Trustees, I have seen the ways in which we continue to innovate and pursue creative, interdisciplinary work to discover, create, and solve some of the most pressing challenges of the day. May I shamelessly share with you, we have biologists and chemists working side by side to develop drug treatments for diseases ranging from cholera to cancer. A wireless artificial vision system that could someday restore partial vision to people who have lost their sight was developed here at Illinois Tech. Our researchers are finding innovative ways to use artificial intelligence to help people live healthier lives, such as developing personalized nutrition plans and artificial intelligence models to improve early diagnosis of and selection of promising treatment options for diabetes. In engineering, one of our professors is working on a new computer model that can help enable diesel engines to run on a different fuel with just a software update. Illinois Tech architecture students won the American Institute of Architects Chicago chapter's first Roberta Feldman Architecture for Social Justice Award citation of merit in 2021 for designing and building a community center in Chile. Illinois Tech's inaugural Granger Computing Innovation Prize was awarded to a team of students for their design of a more energy efficient and sustainable digital currency. Inside and outside the classroom, the Illinois Tech community is also making an impact on our local community right here in Bronzeville. Our researchers are using GIS mapping and spatial analysis to study the relationship between racial segregation, food, and obesity on the Chicago's South Side, and further researching causes for food waste and supply chain issues to work on increasing sustainability and equity in urban food systems. Illinois Tech researchers examined the Chicago Transit Authority bus routes in order to develop a mathematical model that will increase equitable access to healthcare centers while minimizing the impact to current riders. Law school students spent winter break helping victims of domestic violence and sexual assault file emergency protective orders. Volunteers from Illinois Tech packaged 11,000 meals for Rise Against Hunger's meal packaging program during a January service day. One day. These are just a handful of the incredible research projects and achievements that take place here every day. And thank you, parents and family and friends, for indulging me to share that, because we're so proud. You are part of this incredible legacy at Illinois Tech. Even with all of the Illinois Tech's leading-edge research, outstanding faculty endeavors, and innovative industry partnerships, our graduates themselves remain the best assets that we have, you, as an institution, have to offer to the greater community. You'll go out into the workforce throughout this great city and beyond, and in doing so, you will represent our school as Chicago's leading tech university. Your commitment to your craft will signify to the local, national, and international community that Illinois Tech is a place where students are able to learn by doing. The successes that lie before you will serve as a proof point that Illinois Tech never lost sight of its founding mission to provide unmatched opportunity and value to its students. Graduates, today is a day to celebrate your incredible accomplishments, together with your family, friends, classmates, alums, faculty, and staff. You'll continue to serve as an integral part of the larger Illinois Tech community, and for that, we are forever grateful. Don't forget us. On behalf of Illinois Tech's Board of Trustees, I would like to extend again my congratulations, best wishes, and sincere thanks for all that you will do to represent our universities in the years to come. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to introduce our new president, Raj Ishambadi, who will lead the honorary degree conferral. Let's hear it for Raj.
Good morning. I need some energy, please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Chairman Galvin. Today's honorary degree recipients are truly inspirational and are recognized for their outstanding contributions to the development of a more inclusive society and advances in investment management, respectively, as well as for their philanthropy. We are truly honored by their presence with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor that our candidate for the Honorary Doctor of Architecture, honoris causa, for recognizing his outstanding contributions to news media, philanthropic endeavors, and as an advocate for LGBTQ rights, is Fred Eichner. Fred. Fred Eichner is a longtime activist whose work has benefited Chicago and the nation for more than 40 years. The chairman of NewsWeb LLC and president of Alphawood Foundation Chicago, he is known for his philanthropy, especially in support of LGBTQ organizations, HIV support organizations, art institutions, public spaces, and historic preservation. Fred has also had a lifelong dedication to preserving the architectural heritage of Chicago and the United States. He led efforts to restore and protect Louis Sullivan's masterpiece Auditorium Theater, and under his leadership, the Alphawood Foundation led the comprehensive restoration of Frank Lloyd Wright's Unity Temple. In New York, Louis Kahn's Four Freedoms Park floundered for many years until Fred and Alpha Wood stepped in to provide funding and technical support to staff the organization and to become the lead donor in realizing Kahn's vision. Also notably, Eichner sought the distinguished modernist architect Tadao Ando for Ando's first project in North America in the early 1990s, and in 2018 completed the construction of another Ando design project, the Art Gallery Wrightwood 659. President Barack Obama appointed Eichner as a general trustee of the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts. Eichner is one of the first openly gay members of that board. He served as co-chair of the Kennedy Center's Architect Selection Committee and is a member of its building committee. Eichner is a former board member of the Illinois ACLU, an early board member and leader of the AIDS Foundation of Chicago, and a founding board member and former chairman of the Joffrey Ballet. He also serves on the board of the Art Institute of Chicago as a trustee of the Asian Art Museum in San Francisco and is on the visiting committee for Asian art of the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York. In 2015, Eichner was inducted into the Chicago LGBT Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Honorary Degree Committee of the University faculty, I present Fred Eichner as a candidate for the degree of Honorary Doctor of Architecture, honoris causa. Fred, stay there. Yeah. We have an award for you, so. Fred is a very modest man. So Fred, if I may indulge you for just a moment. Fred Eichner, for your outstanding contributions to news media, philanthropic endeavors, and as an advocate for LGBTQ rights, and on the recommendation of the university faculty and vote of the Board of Trustees, it is my pleasure to admit you to the degree of Honorary Doctor of Architecture, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto, to bestow upon you the hood of this university. Thank you. Our next honorary recipient, our candidate for the Honorary Doctor of Management Science, honoris causa, is John P. Calamos, Sr. John Calamos is Chairman and Global Chief Investment Officer of Calamos Investments, the firm he founded in 1977. Calamos Investments has grown from its origins as an institutional convertible bond manager into a global asset management firm with institutional and individual clients worldwide. Calamos established research and investment processes centered on a team-based approach designed to deliver superior risk-adjusted performance over full market cycles through a range of United States and global investment solutions. John is known as a pioneer in convertible securities, having launched one of the first convertible funds in 1985 as a way to manage risks and for clients in volatile times. He also established one of the first liquid alternative funds, reflecting a focus on innovation that continues to this day. With more than 50 years of industry experience, he's often quoted as an authority on risk-managed investment strategies, markets, and the economy. He is a frequent speaker at investment conferences around the world and appears regularly on CNBC, Bloomberg TV, and Fox Business Channel. He has also authored 2 books, Investing in Convertible Securities, Your Complete Guide to the Risks and Rewards, and Convertible Securities, the latest instruments, portfolio strategies, and valuation analysis. A graduate of the Illinois Tech ROTC program, John previously served in the United States Air Force, retiring as a major. During the Vietnam War, he was a forward air controller with responsibilities for guiding accurate airstrikes and preventing injuries to friendly troops. He was awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross, and his distinguished Air Force career included 5 years of active duty, flying B-52 bombers, and 12 years in the reserves, flying A-37 jet fighters. Calamos was the first Vietnam veteran to receive the Yaharis Service Award from the Washington Oxy-Day Foundation. To honor him, the foundation established the Calamos Service Award to specifically recognize a Vietnam veteran every year. Calamos is also an active philanthropist, supporting educational institutions and Hellenic organizations. He is the chairman of the board of directors for the National Hellenic Museum in Chicago, and if you have not been there, please make sure to visit. He is also an investment committee member of the Faith Endowment and a supporting member of the National Hellenic Society, Leadership 100, and the Hellenic Initiative. He is a recipient of an honorary doctorate in humanities from the Hellenic College, Holy Cross. Calamos received both his BA in economics and MBA in finance from Illinois Tech. He has established endowed chairs in philosophy and business at our university, and he is also a member of our board of trustees. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Honorary Degree Committee of the university faculty, I present John P. Calamos Sr. as a candidate for the degree of Honorary Doctor of Management Science, honoris causa. John P. Calamos Sr., for your outstanding contributions to innovations in investment management and convertible securities, entrepreneurship and philanthropy, and on the recommendation of the university faculty and vote of the Board of Trustees, it is my distinct pleasure to admit you to the degree of Honorary Doctor of Management Science, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto, to bestow upon you the hood of this university. Thank you, John.
Thank you, President Eachenbody, and Deans Kroloff and Bilson, and special congratulations to our honorary degree recipients, Fred and John. At this time, I would like to ask our commencement speaker, John Calamos, to please come forward and deliver our keynote. John?
Well, I am honored to be with you all this special day at your commencement from an extraordinary institution of higher learning. I graduated from this fine university almost 60 years ago this month. A few years later, I received my MBA at the Stewart School. In preparing to speak with you today, I found myself reflecting back over my time here and the decades since. And what strikes me is the continued relevance and impact of this institution. Illinois Tech has been light years ahead of its time since its purpose, promise, and possibility were spoken into existence more than a century ago. As you may know, in 1890, Reverend Frank Consolis used his platform to call for $1 million, which would be the equivalent of $33 million today, to establish the Institute of Higher Learning. His vision was to provide rigorous, world-class education to promising young people from all different backgrounds. I'm talking about children of factory workers, shop owners, farmers, laborers, young minds full of potential who had the time but didn't have the pathway to higher education, so that they too could be prepared for an impactful role, upward mobility in a society that was exploding with transformation, growth, and opportunity. This was a visionary and bold call back in 1890. At that time, higher ed was mostly reserved for the elite few, making it that much harder for many individuals and families to pursue the American dream. My own trajectory is a tribute to that early vision and to the institution built on values. And each of you here today, preparing for the next phase of your journey, are also living the embodiment of that persistence, that purpose and mission fulfilled. To this day, I often reflect on those values having woven through my life and have been important aspects of my journey and success. The single most important value I learned growing up was the value of hard work and persistence. I grew up in the west side of Chicago. My father was a Greek immigrant, and my parents ran a grocery store in the west side Austin neighborhood for 30 years. My mother and father worked night and day in service to their family and community. My brother and sister and I lent a hand when and where we could in the store right alongside my parents. I learned a lot from seeing how my parents lived their lives. They were absolutely committed to creating a better life for their family and ultimately allowed me to pursue the American dream. I was the first of any of my families to go to college. An important value, interesting enough, was curiosity. As Socrates observed, wonder is the beginning of wisdom. My parents didn't have the opportunity to even finish high school. Their American dream was built around the grocery store. So when it came to college, I had their support, but I didn't have a whole lot of mentoring from that point of view. You might say that I was something of a very confused student back then. Changed my major only 3 times, so. But what I did have was curiosity. When I was a teenager, I discovered a box of old stock certificates in our family grocery store stockroom. In my mind, I had struck gold, filing a fortune. As it turned out, after some digging and researching the shares, they were all worthless. They came from the Depression. They were all zero. But it really gave me a sense of interest in investments and those types of things. And that curiosity created my fascination in finance. So I started researching investments. And a few years later, remember I'm a teenager now, I convinced my mother to trust me with some small sum of money to set up a portfolio. I remember I bought 5 stocks that I particularly excited. I got one of them from my cousin who gave me a tip. That one went to 0. Don't take a tip. Do your own work. That's what that convinced me of. The other 4 stocks increased many-fold. One of my picks at that time was Texas Instrument Technology Company that went to triple in value. Next is the value of community. At that point, I was already a student here at Illinois Tech. I was working through college, running a business for my parents, paying my own way as I went along. What not many people know is that I transferred from here from another university. I had been a large university, which was a pretty anonymous, where sometimes there was as many as 500 students in a class. And at Illinois Tech, the interactions felt personal and one-on-one. At some time, one who didn't necessarily have a roadmap but charting my own path, this university's unique DNA was exactly what I needed. For Foremost for me was the support and encouragement that I received from the faculty, and that was instrumental to my success. I liked to study in the cafeteria with a cup of coffee. Very often a professor would sit at the table with me and we'd chat about what's going on, and this was really helpful to me. It was a mentoring process. These informal chats were so rewarding and motivational. That community, feeling seen, feeling supported like you mattered was priceless to me. I want to offer a few words of the value of critical thinking. To find yourself, wrote Socrates, think for yourself. Illinois Tech's academic rigor is well known and is obviously crucial. But beyond that, something that I really valued about my time here was the opportunity to be curious and to learn a lot about different subjects. World history, great books of the Western world, creation of Western civilization, economics, and architecture. All of these disciplines helped me gain a better, fuller understanding of the world and what I most wanted to do in it. After all, everything is intertwined. Understanding history, the ideas, and having shaped civilizations are essential for understanding economics, geopolitical, and challenges the world faces today. And the reason I got into finance after studying that history and all that is the markets are a pulse of what's going on in the world. So it was the connection between the two that really got me fascinated with the markets. I ultimately chose to study economics and finance because of that, and the most important aspects of my education was the study of philosophy. I took classes, read widely about Greek philosophy and Socrates in particular, that helped me provide a context for other classes I was taking. Philosophy gave me the historical perspective and process for critical thinking. It changed who I was and how I thought about the world around me. You have to remember, you didn't come to college to learn what to think. You came here to learn how to think. And that's really critical in today's world with all this brainwashing going on. You have to have critical thinking. The university does an excellent job of offering disciplines that teach you how to solve problems, how to think. That is why many years later, I endowed a chair in philosophy here at Illinois Tech, and why I've been able to support my appreciation for philosophy through my close involvement with the National Hellenic Museum in Chicago, where I serve as chairman. Illinois Tech is famous for its emphasis on practical innovation and solving real-world problems. It's no accident that some of the most important design inventions and innovations of the past century have their origin in this small but mighty institution and powerful purpose. Many alumni have created very successful business through their ability to innovate. Personally, I think IIT maybe should stand for Innovation Institute of Technology. The values there align with the promise that America was founded on, and what made America great was that creation. That's why people immigrate from all other parts of the world to come here to innovate and to create that. That's why America became the greatest country in the world. I learned the value of courage and wisdom in the face of upheaval and unpredictability during my college years. And as was mentioned, I ended up joining ROTC here and joined the Air Force. It was mentioned already, I spent 5 years on active duty in B-52 bombers, 12 years of reserves, flying 837 jet fighters, and I did a tour in Vietnam. Missions were dangerous, required courage and skill, intense focus, and teamwork. I learned a lot about creating teams and watching each other's back in there that helped in setting up my business. I learned that the first thing you want to do when you're flying, do your homework before you take off. That's about managing risk. Do your homework before you take off. So recognizing volatility and opportunity while managing risk became the foundation of my work in company in Calmos Investments that I started in 1977. And really active management was about why I looked at the convertible securities as a way to manage risk, and it, as was mentioned, it really was very beneficial in setting up the company. Calamos' investments were all the values I learned came together for me. Value of hard work, persistence, curiosity, connections, and community of critical thinking, service and risk-taking. Seeing volatility and predictability as opportunities and moving forward with courage, exercising wisdom and clear judgment. Just like each of you, I represent another proof point for the purpose and values of this institution. The freedom to learn, innovate, and create is not only a defining feature of Illinois Tech, it is also the cornerstone of the American dream that has been so important to me. We are a unique community of nonlinear thinkers and outside-of-the-box doers. Each of our stories and journeys and pathways are distinct and yet similar as could be. Today, you join a distinguished community of alumni that includes pioneering thinkers, entrepreneurs, inventors, innovators, and leaders. Welcome. I wish you a fulfilling journey built on powerful foundation of Illinois Tech's value. Make sure you follow your passion. Success can be the rewarding byproduct of that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, John, for those inspiring words and for that very important lesson in values. I hope you all took notes. And now it's my distinct pleasure to invite our 10th president of Illinois Tech, Raji Chimbadi, to come up and make remarks to the graduates. And please, give him some energy.
Thank you. At the outset, I want to thank Mr. Calamos, and on behalf of the university faculty, staff, and leadership, and I want to commit to you in public that we will take your lesson of marrying the 2,500-year-old wisdom and bring it to the 21st century technology education. Those inspiring remarks that you made here reiterated the value of infusing human-centered skills, and for that we are deeply thankful. Thank you, John. Thank you, Provost Kilpatrick. I would also like to thank you for your exceptional leadership at Illinois Tech during the past 4 years. We wish you the very best as you move on to your exciting new role as President of the Catholic University of America starting in July. Thank you. Thank you, Peter. We are all here to celebrate the wonderful accomplishments of our graduates. Let me place your achievement in context. As you know, as Mr. Calamos alluded to it in his remarks, this university was founded in 1890 with a glorious vision to educate students from all walks of life, and we have done that. We are actually #1 in the state of Illinois in terms of moving people from the bottom 20th percentile to the top 20 percentile. And we have been an engine of economic mobility, and I think that deserves a huge round of applause. While we have spent more than 130 years living up to that founding mission, now you have all become part of that legacy. And I want you to take pride in that achievement. Thank you for helping to sustain our legacy of inclusive innovation. But let's trace back the journey of what brought you here. Think about your first day of courses at Illinois Tech. No doubt you were excited about beginning an education at a comprehensive tech-focused university. But truth be told, were you experiencing self-doubt? Were you anxious? What is the answer? Slightly, right? Now look at where you are today. You are confident. Your Illinois Tech education has prepared you for this moment, as has the resiliency and determination you have shown to power through a college experience faced with previously unthinkable challenges. You are ready because you engaged and challenged yourself as you explored new intellectual and professional growth. You have also learned with and from a wonderfully diverse set of students, faculty, and staff who represent a broad range of identities and origins, a lifelong asset that will enrich you how you understand issues and develop insights. Let's be very clear about one thing. You are here because of your hard work and effort. But a perspective of what got you here, i.e. gratitude for your support system, is important. Thanks to our faculty who work tirelessly to ensure the overall well-being of our students. Thanks to our staff who work extraordinarily hard every day to execute the mission of Illinois Tech to be an opportunity engine for students of all backgrounds. But to us, the unsung heroes are the parents, spouses, friends, families, and significant others of our graduates. You are the reason why our graduates are here after the successful completion of their studies. So I'm going to ask the graduates to do something. I want you to stand up, look around, and thank your families and friends for their support. Thank you. Very nice, Henry. As you prepare to move on to your life's next journey, I would like to offer 3 brief pieces of advice that I would ask you to keep in mind as you move forward. First, take your community with you. Be mindful of your responsibility to your community, which helped you to reach this milestone. Take your community with you on your journey. Improve it. By giving back, you help create a vibrant community, economy, and society. Beyond your family, friends, faculty, and staff, many others have worked tirelessly to get you here. Illinois Tech alumni and friends have enabled opportunities for hands-on experiences, have provided mentorship and funding for scholarships. They understand what Illinois Tech stands for, and they have done their part to make your alma mater just as important to you. So I encourage you to follow in those footsteps. Give so that others may have the same advantages that you had. I humbly suggest now is the time to start giving back. In 10 years, when you go for a job interview as the CEO of an organization or the head of a not-for-profit or even the president of Illinois Tech, no reaction? Okay. People will see that you went to Illinois Tech, and in their minds, they will equate that to the status of an Illinois Tech education in 2032, not to what it was like in 2022. So we need you to help us on our journey of continued progress. Hold us accountable, get involved, be a mentor, let others know what your college education has provided you. Help us recruit talented and bright students like you, and help make sure that an Illinois Tech education is as valuable then as it is now. My second point is your education should not stop here. As an Illinois Tech graduate, you have received an amazing education. You enter the professional world equipped with the real-world know-how to be leaders and innovators in an evolving world, one where technology is playing a larger and larger role. But your education should not stop here. It will continue, and it should continue for the rest of your life. Embrace it. Take advantage of every opportunity to add new skills and refine the ones that you've already developed. And we'll be very happy to help you in any way that we can. And last but not the least, find your purpose. There is a very short anecdote that the author David Foster Wallace shared during a commencement speech nearly 2 decades ago, and it goes something like this. There are 2 young fish that are swimming along, and they happen to meet an older fish swimming the other way, who nods at them and says, "Morning, friends, how is the water?" And the 2 young fish swim on for a bit, and then eventually one of them looks at the other and goes, "What the heck is water?" Through this parable, Wallace sought to highlight that the most obvious realities are most often the ones that are the hardest to see. To me, it serves as a mission, your purpose. It may not always be apparent, but eventually you will find your purpose, and you should find your purpose and work hard towards it. Take Minister Frank Wakely Gonzalez, whose $1 million sermon led to the founding of this great university. Through his talent, he found his purpose, and it manifested in a university whose mission remains to provide a highly relevant education to people from all walks of life. So when you marry the talent that you have and you have nurtured at Illinois Tech with your purpose, great things will happen. Oh, and one more thing. I ask each of you, as you depart here today as young leaders ready to impact the world, to always remember to care for and about your fellow humanity. It is the most important thing that you can do. Remember, the head and the heart must work together. Illinois Tech graduates, you are the pride and joy of Illinois Tech. You are the reason why we all have jobs. And you have been phenomenal over the last few years. And you have been able to marry your talent, hard work to become impactful today. So nothing will make us happier than to see you have a significant impact in the world. Go out, make a difference, and make us all proud. Graduates, congratulations once again. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Raj, for those inspiring remarks. I hope you took notes on that too, because I plan to take my community here with me. I've learned so much from you, Raj, in 9 or 10 months, so the education goes on. And I think you and I have found our purpose in higher education, so thank you for everything. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce our first student speaker, Nishita Saeda, a candidate for, let's give Nishita a round of applause. Nishita is a candidate for the degrees of Bachelor of Science in Biology and Bachelor of Science in Psychological Science. From a very early age, Nishita has been intrigued by how the brain grows and develops and works. In high school, she was drawn to Illinois Tech's biology and psychology program, thinking that she would take a pre-medicine pathway, like her family members. Over time, she developed a stronger interest in child psychology and research, and she plans to pursue her research through graduate school. She was on the dean's list here at Illinois Tech nearly every year of her journey, and she has applied to several graduate programs and is also considering options to work in a more clinical setting. From the Chicago suburbs, Nishita says that at Illinois Tech she built a strong friendship group and found many opportunities to enjoy student life, which included participation in the student organization Women in STEM. She was also a proud member of an interprofessional projects program team that won first place in its track of the Fall 2021 Innovation Day. Finally, she was also a Martin Cooper Endowed Scholar. Nishita also found time to give back to the broader community by volunteering or working at several child-focused therapy facilities for the past 4 years. She currently works at By Your Side, Autism Therapy Services, as a behavior technician. In this role, she uses applied behavioral analysis to help children on the autism spectrum reach social, academic, and developmental goals. She is also a volunteer reader at John B. Drake Elementary School. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Nishita Saeda.
Thank you for that introduction. Good morning, graduates, family, faculty, and staff. My name is Nishita Saeda, and it is my honor to be speaking today at Illinois Tech's 2022 commencement ceremony. They say your time in college is the best 4 years of your life. Whoever said that clearly didn't attend college during a pandemic. Pandemic notwithstanding, there's something special about college that is hard to find anywhere else. The unbridled enthusiasm as a freshman, the cautious optimism as a senior, the unending determination as a junior, and the humble success as a senior. Our time at IIT has carried us through this experience that is shared by all students, yet it manages to feel so uniquely ours. Where else can a biology psychology student like myself work with an ice cream business? Nowhere. As college students, we feel things in extremes. Each paper is too intimidating, and every exam feels the most daunting yet. And in that moment, it is. But, like all things in life, the moment passes. In doing so, it makes room for the happier moments. The ones we are scared to let ourselves feel, but the ones that deserve to be felt the most. The moment in which a stranger becomes a sister. The moment where an idea becomes a reality. And one of my favorites, the moment Dr. Menhart tells you the exam will be curved. The very first time I stepped on campus, I knew that IIT was the place for me. In a matter of minutes, I felt at home. That moment started my journey at IIT, and today, this moment will conclude it for us all. So take a minute and allow yourself to soak up this happiness and the success you have earned. There are a lot of emotions on a day like today, and the one I want to highlight is gratitude. I am so grateful to be here today in person. Grateful that I was able to meet the students, professors, and faculty I have had the pleasure of working with. Grateful to my entire family, my grandparents, whose prayers and efforts are the backbone of my every success, and my parents, without whose love and support I wouldn't have had the courage to come this far. Most of all, I am thankful for the lessons I've learned, specifically the non-academic ones. I've come to learn that every day you make choices. Choices that give you the power to change your year, your month, and even your day. It is never too late to salvage a bad day and reclaim the control you have over your own life. My final piece is about boundaries. There's a delicate balance to navigating them, but it boils down to this. Follow the rules, but push the boundaries. Life wasn't meant to be so rigid, and humans weren't meant to be puppets commandeered by the ticking hands of a clock. We get blinded looking to secure a narrow definition of success. But as I applied to PhD programs in psychology, I realized real success is about two things: passion and effort. Find your passion and pursue it. Don't let the fear of failure stop you from trying. So, apply for that entry-level job that requires 3 years of experience. Submit your research to your favorite academic journal, or take a year and figure out what success means to you. I want to leave you with a quote from one of my favorite books, Pride and Prejudice. Jane Austen wrote, "A person may be proud without being vain. Pride relates more to our opinions of ourselves, vanity to what we would have others think of us. Be proud of yourself, and don't let the opinions of others get in your way." Our time at IIT has given us countless blessings in the form of memories and achievements. Hold on to them tightly, and whenever life gets a little hard, as it's bound to, let all that you have accomplished here serve as a reminder of the greatness you are capable of. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2022. We did it. Thank you.
Thank you, Nashita. Thank you for endorsing the value of failures in life, and to harness the power of failures to continually get better. So thank you. At this time, we will begin the presentation of the bachelor's degree candidates. All eligible candidates will receive all the rights, privileges, and obligations connected with their degrees. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the Illinois Institute of Technology, we shall now begin with the College of Architecture. I call upon the Rowe Family College of Architecture Dean, Endowed Chair, Reed Kroloff. Go ahead, Reed.
Thank you, President Etchembody. Will the candidates for bachelor's degrees in the College of Architecture please rise? President Etchembody, when you are looking for the jewels in IIT's crown, get it? Crown. Here they are. President Etchembody, where is this? On behalf of the College of the Faculty of the College of Architecture, I have the honor of presenting to you these candidates for the bachelor's degree.
I confer bachelor's degrees upon you who have fulfilled all the requirements of Illinois Tech's College of Architecture. Congratulations, graduates.
Congratulations, architecture graduates.
Will the architecture graduates now be seated? To present the candidates for bachelor's degrees in Armour College of Engineering, I call upon the Carol and Ed Kaplan Armour College Dean of Engineering, Endowed Chair, Kenneth T. Christensen.
Will the candidates for bachelor's degrees in Armour College of Engineering please rise? President Etchembody, on behalf of the faculty and staff of the Armour College of Engineering, it is with great pride and joy that I present to you these engineering change agents for the bachelor's degree.
I confer bachelor's degrees upon you who have fulfilled all the requirements of Illinois Tech's Armour College of Engineering. Congratulations, Armour graduates.
Congratulations.
Will the graduates now be please seated? And now to present the candidates for bachelor's degrees in the College of Computing, I call upon Professor of Applied Mathematics and Associate Dean Xiaofan Li.
Will the candidates for the bachelor degrees in the College of Computing please rise? President Etchembody, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Computing, I have the honor presenting to you these exciting candidates for the bachelor degree.
Thank you. Go ahead, applaud. I should not stand in. I confer bachelor's degree upon you who have fulfilled all the requirements of Illinois Tech's College of Computing. Congratulations, graduates. Will the graduates now be seated? To present the candidates for bachelor's degree in Lewis College of Science and Letters, I call upon Dean Christine Himes.
Will the candidates for the bachelor's degree in Lewis College of Science and Letters please rise? President Etchembody, on behalf of the faculty of Lewis College of Science and Letters, I have the honor of presenting my last class of outstanding candidates for the bachelor's degree.
Thank you, Dean Himes. I confer bachelor's degree upon you who have fulfilled all the requirements of Illinois Tech's Lewis College of Science and Letters. Congratulations, graduates. Thank you. Will the graduates now be seated? And now to present the candidates for bachelor's degree from the Stewart School of Business, I call upon the John and May Calamo Stewart School of Business Dean, Endowed Chair, John Bilson.
Will the candidates for the bachelor's degree from the Stewart School of Business please rise? President Enchabadi. On the behalf of the faculty of the Stewart School of Business, I have the honor of presenting to you these inspiring candidates for the bachelor's degree.
Thank you, Dean Bilson. Congratulations. I confer bachelor's degrees upon you who have fulfilled all the requirements of Illinois Tech Stewart School of Business. Congratulations, graduates. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Raj. At this time, I would like to recognize all of the graduates from the 2020 and 2021 graduating classes who have returned here today to participate in our in-person commencement following 2 years of virtual ceremonies. Would all of our 2020 and 2021 bachelor's, master's, and PhD recipients please stand so that we may give you a round of applause. It's so exciting to be here in person with you and finally celebrate your graduation. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce our second student speaker, a candidate for both the Bachelor of Science in Aerospace Engineering and the Masters of Public Policy and Administration, Mr. Henry White. For Henry, coming to Illinois Tech from rural Colorado was an opportunity to both live in an urban area and to explore his passion for aerospace engineering. In addition to his bachelor's degree, Henry is also receiving a master's at this point in time in public policy and administration. And this will move him closer to his goal of working in the aerospace business or interfacing with government agencies. While at Illinois Tech, Henry has worked diligently to help his fellow students. On the dean's list nearly every semester, he helped to guide his peers through organizations, including the Academic Resource Center, or ARC, the Office of Campus Life, Student Government Association, serving 2 years on its executive board, and as a Duchossois Leadership Scholar. Henry also played a central role in creating a 3-year strategic plan to recharter the fraternity Sigma Phi Epsilon. I can personally vouch for all of the hard work Henry put into making the rechartered fraternity so successful. He served as the fraternity's president, and he earned the Talent Award for Greek Leader of the Year in 2021 as a result. After graduation, Henry will spend a year traveling the nation consulting with all of the fraternity's local chapters. And after that, he plans to move into a consulting role with a firm specializing in the aerospace industry and government. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause to Henry White.
President Eachambody, Provost Kilpatrick, university trustees, faculty and staff, friends and families, class of 2022. I am honored to be presenting today for this commencement ceremony. To my classmates, thank you for persevering together so we all may share in this experience. To the families here, thank you for being the support networks that prepared us for and propelled us through this journey. At different points during the past few years, as a reminder to make the most of this college experience, I had been encouraged to treat each moment as a grain of sand. The grains of sand glide through the hourglass of time, one by one, reminding us to make each day count, for once it's spent, it's never reclaimed. However, as we gather to celebrate this momentous accomplishment today, I'd like to reframe the metaphor. If each moment is a grain of sand, then imagine this experience not as an hourglass, but as your childhood sandpit. Whether that was your local playground, neighborhood beach or lake, or backyard sandbox, there's something that's certain. When it's time to make your departure, there's plenty of sand hitching a ride back home with you. It's basically nature's glitter, and you're kind of stuck with it forever. And so when we depart from Illinois Tech today, we take with us not only a diploma, but this collection of moments, the good, the bad, and everything in between that we carry with us in all walks of life. Among those moments are the instances in which we challenged our own initial expectations for this experience. When I was wrapping up high school, envisioning my future at Illinois Tech, I didn't imagine that in addition to an undergrad engineering degree, I'd be graduating with a master's in public administration, of all things. And if you had told me 5 years ago that one of the most significant college milestones would be restarting a fraternity, well, the reaction back then probably would have been very similar to my parents when I told them that same news. That younger self of 5 years ago couldn't have anticipated all the twists and turns of this journey. I grew up in the San Luis Valley in rural southern Colorado, which is a far cry from the lifestyle of Chicago, but it did instill within me the value of community. Ultimately, that's what I believed the perfect university experience would entail, a community of diverse new perspectives. This graduating class reflects so many different motivations for pursuing education at Illinois Tech. Aspiring professionals ready to challenge the preconceptions of their chosen industry. Individuals seeking the diploma not only for their own benefit, but as an inspiration to those from their background. International students stepping outside of their comfort zone, traveling an ocean or more away to make the most of the opportunities available to them. Each one of us graduating today came to this institution in search of our own version of the perfect college experience, even when faced with an increasingly imperfect world. We demonstrated time and time again our ability to adapt to challenges, to clear the hurdles in our lane. But then, in spring 2020, we ran headfirst into something a little bit bigger than a hurdle. I feel it's appropriate to acknowledge just how bizarre the last few years have been. At the very least, the situation was disruptive. Each of us shifted into an entirely unfamiliar environment. But for many people in this graduating class today, these challenges came coupled with new anxieties, losses, and recoveries. We praise our classmates who, when faced with this, found new ways to lend service to their families, to their peers, and to their communities. And so today we celebrate not only a graduation, but this class's commitment to each other's well-being and their sense of empathy, compassion, and care. Suffice to say, before we move on to our next journey, we reflect on what can only be described as an imperfect experience. I know I'm not alone in wondering how things may have played out under different circumstances. And that initial idea that each moment of this journey could be represented by a particle of sand is true in more ways than one. After all, a grain of sand exists as evidence of the imperfections of the world, once sturdy geology that gave way to weathering forces. And it's in contemplating this idea that there's one more lesson I'd like to share that comes from my hometown. The truth is that growing up, my local sandbox was just a little bit different. The view from my front porch isn't a city street or a green lawn, but a national park, the Great Sand Dunes, standing tall above the landscape, the crown jewel of southern Colorado. I might be a little biased here, but I honestly think they're one of the most spectacular vistas this country has to offer. Millennia of eroding forces battered down the terrain of the region, and yet the most beautiful result wasn't those rock formations most sturdy to the barrage, but the collection of imperfections that wasn't. At their core, that's what sand dunes demonstrate. Though they may still be shifting, a bit uncertain, and still fallible, they remain the most beautiful piece of their setting. The lesson they teach us is this: that which is impressive is that which is imperfect. Class of 2022, as we reflect on the journey we've just been through, let's acknowledge that this likely did not match our initial dream for the perfect college experience. But this collection of imperfect experiences shared by the Illinois Tech community can be the most beautiful takeaway from our time in college. As we continue, day by day, there will be times where we face setbacks, lose the game, and must reset. But an imperfect experience is not without its value. From this community, I've been inspired to be resilient, empathetic, understanding, and forgiving. I hope we all can extend that same sense of empathy, understanding, and forgiveness, not only to those around us, but to ourselves as well. As we join the ranks of Illinois Tech alumni and follow their lead in improving the world around us, I know we'll also take with us the power of this community and the incredible shared experience this has been. Thank you, Class of 2022.
Thank you, Henry, for those wonderful remarks and for painting such a wonderful picture of the Great Sand Dunes. And I have a request to make of our chairman. Maybe we should hold our next board retreat at the Great Sand Dunes. But anyway, thank you and best wishes for continued success. At this time, we will begin the presentation of the candidates for the master's degree. To present the candidates for master's degrees in the College of Architecture, I call upon the Rowe Family College of Architecture Dean, Endowed Chair, Reed Kroloff.
Thank you. Will the candidates for master's degrees in the College of Architecture please stand up? There they are. President Ichimbadi, these are the people who are going to shape the environment you, I, and everyone will inhabit in the future. No pressure. President Ichimbadi, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Architecture, I have the honor of presenting to you these candidates for the master's degree in architecture.
I confer master's degree upon you who have fulfilled all the requirements of Illinois Tech's College of Architecture. Congratulations, graduates. Now I request the graduates to be seated. To present the candidates for master's degree in Armour College of Engineering, I call upon the Carol and Ed Kaplan Armour College Dean of Engineering, Endowed Chair, Kenneth T. Christensen.
Will the candidates for master's degrees in Armour College of Engineering, whose alums have brought the world the cell phone, unique barcode printing technology, and Amazon Alexa, amongst many other innovations, please rise. Thank you. President Ichimbadi, on behalf of the faculty of Armour College of Engineering, I am humbled to present to you these budding engineering leaders for the master's degree.
Thank you, Ken. I confer master's degrees upon you who have fulfilled all the requirements of Illinois Tech's Armour College of Engineering. Congratulations, graduates. I request the graduates to be seated. To present the candidates for master's degrees in the College of Computing, I call upon Professor of Applied Mathematics and Associate Dean Xiaofan Li.
Will the candidates for the master's degrees in the College of Computing please rise? President Ichimbadi, on the behalf of the College of Computing, I have the honor of presenting to you these fabulous candidates for the master's degree.
I confer master's degrees upon you who have fulfilled all the requirements of Illinois Tech's College of Computing. Congratulations, graduates. Will the graduates now be seated? To present the candidates for master's degrees in the Institute of Design, I call upon Interim Dean Anijo Matthew.
Will the candidates for the master's degree in the Institute of Design please rise? President Echambadi, on behalf of the faculty of the Institute of Design, I have the honor of presenting to you these candidates and those that are not here out there changing the world.
Thank you. Go ahead.
For the master's degree.
Thank you, Anijo. I confer master's degrees upon you who have fulfilled all the requirements of Illinois Tech's Institute of Design. Congratulations, graduates. Will the graduates now be seated? To present the candidates for master's degrees in Lewis College of Science and Letters, I call upon Dean Christine Himes.
Will the candidates for master's degree in Lewis College of Science and Letters please rise? President Echambadi, on behalf of the faculty of Lewis College of Science and Letters, I have the honor of presenting to you the scientists, researchers, and critical thinkers as candidates for the master's degree.
Thank you. I confer master's degrees upon you who have fulfilled all the requirements of Illinois Tech's Lewis College of Science and Letters. Congratulations, graduates. And I also want to take this moment to thank Dean Himes for her years of service as Dean. Thank you. To present the candidates for master's degrees in Stewart College of Business, I call upon the John and May Calamo Stewart School of Business Dean, Endowed Chair, John Bilson.
Will the candidates for the master's degree in the Stewart School of Business please rise? You should pay attention to these graduates because they're the ones that are going to give you a job. President Echambadi, on behalf of the faculty of the Stewart School of Business, I have the honor of presenting to you these entrepreneurial candidates for the master's degree.
I confer master's degrees upon you who have fulfilled all the requirements of Illinois Tech Stewart School of Business. Congratulations, graduates. Now go and change the world. And now to present the candidates for our Master of Intellectual Property Management and Markets, I call upon Jamsheed Mohammadi, Dean of the Graduate College.
Will the candidate for the master's degree in Intellectual Property Management and Markets please rise? President Echambadi, on behalf of the faculty of Illinois Institute of Technology, I have the honor of presenting to you these candidates for the master's degree.
I confer the master's degree upon you who have fulfilled all the requirements of this degree. Congratulations. And now, to present the candidates for Master of Law and for the Juris Doctor in Chicago Kent College of Law, I call upon Dean Anita Krug.
Will the candidates for the Master of Law and for the Juris Doctor in Chicago Kent College of Law please rise? Great. President Echambadi, on behalf of the faculty of Chicago Kent College of Law, I have the honor of presenting to you these candidates for the Master of Law and Juris Doctor degrees.
I confer Masters of Law and Juris Doctor degrees upon you who have fulfilled all the requirements of Illinois Tech Chicago Kent College of Law. Congratulations, graduates. At this time, we will present the candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy. To present the candidates, I call upon Jamsheed Mohammadi, Dean of the Graduate College.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now present the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy at Illinois Institute of Technology. Will the candidates for PhD degrees please rise? President Echembody, on behalf of the faculty of the Illinois Tech Graduate College, I have the honor of presenting to you the candidates for the PhD degree.
I confer PhD degrees upon you who have fulfilled all the requirements of the Illinois Tech Graduate College. Congratulations, graduates. Thank you. Now I request Provost Peter Kilpatrick to come in and introduce Daniel Bliss.
Thank you, Raj, and congratulations to all the graduates. At this time, I would like to welcome the Chair of Illinois Tech's University Faculty Council and Associate Professor of Political Science, Daniel Bliss, to offer his remarks to our graduates. Daniel?
Thank you, Provost Kilpatrick. On behalf of the faculty of Illinois Tech, I want to strongly congratulate all of you on your graduation. On top of the challenges everyone faces as students, you've worked through a historic pandemic during the past 2 years, witnessing a transformation in work and in life, and becoming the first generation to start their careers at an age of video conferencing and of remote working, an age in which the messaging app often supplants the water cooler as a place for socializing and sharing information. Congratulate yourselves and each other because you've earned it. But never forget that the learning and the service and the personal and the professional development should never stop. You will continue to grow as people and professionals in the years to come, and hopefully you'll come back to Illinois Tech from time to tell us about what you're doing and the change you're bringing into the world. As faculty, there's little more satisfying than seeing our students succeed. Many, many congratulations.
Thank you, Daniel. Next, I would like to welcome our next speaker, Chair of the Illinois Tech Alumni Association Board of Directors, Sherry Littlejohn, and Trustee and alumna. Sherry has led successful, large-scale, technology-based transformation initiatives in 2 highly regulated industries, banking and telecommunications, at Wells Fargo, AT&T, and at Bell Labs. With more than 30 years of experience in strategy, architecture, development, operations, leadership, Sherry is a catalyst for designing and implementing innovative technology. In addition to serving as our Alumni Association Chair, Sherry serves on the board of Illinois Tech as a life trustee. She received a Bachelor's of Science in Mathematics from Xavier University of Louisiana and a Master's of Science here in Computer Science from Illinois Tech. She also completed the Executive Business Program at Kellogg School of Management at Northwestern. After a successful career as a corporate executive, Sherry pursued her passion as a certified executive coach to help cultivate more caring, confident, and courageous leaders. Please join me in welcoming Sherry Littlejohn.
Thanks, Peter. To our 2020, 2021, and 2022 graduates, congratulations and welcome to the Illinois Institute of Technology Alumni Association. Over the past few years, I have been reminding our graduates of 2 facts. First, we're living and growing in unprecedented times. Second, that this has always been the case, and it will continue to be the case. Nobody ever knows what's going to happen next. However, one thing we can be assured of, now and always, is the need for talented, confident, and caring leaders like you. You are graduating into a world that needs your skills, yes. But even more than that, they need you, your talents, your voices, your determination to make a difference and leave an impact. Today is not the day to stop experimenting and fall in line. Today is that day you take your knowledge and you begin the lifelong project of solving problems in the way that only you can solve them. Take what you know, what you've learned, combining it with who you are, where you've come from, and how you see the world to create a better future. I'm reminded of myself at 17. I know it's hard to believe. Quiet, shy, but determined. I turned down my first job as a bank teller because it would mean I'd sacrifice my chance to go to college. At the time, I didn't know if my parents could pay for my college education, but I believed that if I started, I'd finish, and I did, with the help of grants, scholarships, internships, encouragement, support, and a little money from my parents. At 21, I was interviewing with AT&T Bell Laboratories for a job. After the 20-minute interview, and as the interviewer was walking me to the door, I turned and asked, "Do you think you'll hire me?" And he replied, "Well, you have what we're looking for." As fate would have it, and after many company interviews and offers, I chose to accept the offer from AT&T Bell Laboratories and was afforded the opportunity to attend this great institution, Illinois Institute of Technology for Graduate School, entirely paid by AT&T Bell Laboratories. At 26, and thanks to my determination, my courage, and confidence that was nurtured by many mentors and the great education that I received here at Illinois Tech, I became one of the first African-American women in technology to be promoted into technology management at AT&T Bell Laboratories. Thank you. Today, I stand before you retired from a successful technology career that I absolutely loved. I continue to touch lives of those who want to be better leaders of themselves and others. As your proud alumni chair, I welcome you to a family of over 80,000 dedicated, caring alumni who are excited for you and your journey ahead. Be inspired by this accomplishment, and as you pursue many great moments ahead, speak proudly of this experience that you've had at Illinois Tech. Now, I know the last 2 years have been challenging, but I will say this to you as your peers have said to you, you are stronger for it, and that just means you can do anything you put your mind to. Know that we are here for you to continue to learn, to connect with other alumni, and to grow your skills as you begin or continue to live the life you want to live with passion. We encourage your support to recruit students like yourself, to give your time to mentor, to teach, maybe even to hire a student as an intern or an alum for a job that you might offer. As you know, as you grow in living out your passion and feel you want to give financially, Know that your alma mater and its growing student family will indeed be grateful. It is your gifts as students, as alum, and as friends of Illinois Tech that have made the Kaplan Innovation Center possible, scholarships possible, programs and faculty upgrades possible, and even to help a fellow student to achieve his or her dream as a graduate. And while it may seem out of reach today, feel free to start planting some seeds to leave a legacy of excellence and giving. We welcome your commitment to the growth and sustainability of our armada. In closing, may you stay curious, continuing your passion for learning refined here at Illinois Tech. Be courageous, believing in who you are and pursuing your boldest dreams. Take risks, learn, and keep moving forward. Stay connected to each other and to this great university. It needs you, it wants you. Be confident that you can and you will make an impact in everything you do. Stay committed to your unique journey. Your skills are most valuable when you can combine them with the unique approach that makes you, you, and leave your mark. Most importantly, may you choose to be happy. Be happy living the life you choose. And again, welcome to Illinois Tech's Alumni Association. Go Hawks!
Thank you, Sherry. Would all of our graduates here today please stand? I now invite each of you to turn, face the audience, and switch the tassels on your caps from right to left. Congratulations, graduates. Would the new graduates of Illinois Institute of Technology please be seated now? I hope you're all enjoying this day as much as I am. This is a feel-good day. I remember very fondly my own graduation just a few years ago. That was, okay, I thought that was a joke. Anyway. Graduates, let us preserve the memory of this day as a time to celebrate all of your hard work, all of your perseverance, to reinforce your friendships with your fellow students, with your faculty and staff, and also to thank all who sacrificed for you to make this day possible. I think Henry said it well in his remarks that sand dune is a collection of memories to remind you of all the experiences you've had over the last several years. We're now at the end of the university's 153rd commencement ceremony. Grand Marshal and Provost Professor of Biology and Vice Provost for Academic Affairs, Joseph Orgel, will now instruct us on how we will exit from the field. Have a great afternoon, and congratulations.
So in synopsis, we're going to exit in joy. I'll give some specific details in a moment. But just as you are taking the value of the education and experience you have had with us, I want to say on behalf of everyone else who hasn't had a chance to tell you this, you have made an indelibly positive impression on us. You are remarkable people, and thank you for the privilege of getting to know you over this time, and let it not be the last time that we spend such a joyous occasion with each other. So at this time, I would ask that everyone remain seated while the stage party and graduating students recess. Graduates and guests, the locations of your academic unit ceremonies are listed in the back of the commencement program. They're color-coded by academic unit. All Armour College of Engineering guests should and must remain in their seats until all other students and guests have left the field. Upon exiting the baseball field, all other guests should proceed immediately to the appropriate academic unit ceremony. If you would like to use a shuttle bus to get to your next ceremony, please use the gates directly behind the guest seats. That's at the back. All other guests, use the gates you entered to leave, and have a wonderful afternoon and rest of your day. Thank you.
Thank you.